Hello, Divine Feminine. So glad to be here doing a reading for you this beautiful Sunday morning. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. If you're here, it is because you are a beautiful, Divine Feminine seeking answers and information about your twin flame relationship with your Divine Masculine. How do I know that you are the Divine Feminine? Well, because you are the one who is receiving the spiritual awakening and the connection to source. You are the receptive twin flame. You are receiving this gift of enlightenment through source, okay? Your Divine Masculine is not experiencing things the same way as you are. Why? Because they are the projective twin flame. They are the positive polarity twin flame. Now, in every single area of life, we have masculine and feminine energy, or positive and negative energy, or what you would call projective or receptive energy. It's always that way. Masculine energy is always a positive or projective energy. Feminine energy is always negative or receptive energy. It's that way. It's a law of the universe. It's set and it is immutable. It cannot be changed. It's always going to follow that process. So it's important to understand that, because you're going to hear different things. And that's okay. But if you look, you will see everywhere in science and on the internet, even in spiritual circles, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, positive, negative. Okay, and why is this important? Well, because if we all have, on a physical level, positive and negative energy. The yin and the yang has the positive and the negative side, but the positive side has a little bit of the negative energy, and the negative side has a little bit of the positive energy. We have both within us. You and your Divine Masculine have both feminine and masculine energy. But on a metaphysical level, because you guys are combined at the soul, they are, on a metaphysical level, the positive, receptive, or and you are the receptive. And so if you are in your push or projective energy, you are going to have a repelling effect on your Divine Masculine. What is that, and why does that happen? Because projective is what this world is mostly made of, right? Well, I'm going to take that back. It's not so that's what this world is mostly made of. It's what we mostly focus on in this world, because it's physical form, right? It's what we can see in the now, right now. It's that conscious, what we see going on every single moment of the day. Divine Feminine is subconscious. It's spiritual. It's the spirit energy. It's the unseen. It's the intuitive energy, okay? And so masculine is, what's in the light, what's in the day, what we see, what we see in this reality. And again, feminine is moon, or, what happens, underneath, behind the scenes. It's the subconscious aspects, and it's source. Okay, so if you look this stuff up, you'll see this is you can learn a lot about this. If this seems confusing at all, I'm trying to cram a bunch of information into a short thing here. But it's important to understand, because this is why you're having a forced awakening, Divine Feminine. You are being pushed into your receptive energy, into awakening to who you really are. That's something that comes from within and can only be given to you through source. Your Divine Masculine is still very much worldly focused, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the divine process of the way that this is supposed to happen. So there's no need to be stressed or worried about it, even though we do in the beginning. But that is our push energy, our projective energy, which is exactly what causes them to supposedly run away, when in actuality it's not really running away. It's just there's a repelling of energy. When you make your spiritual journey your number one goal, and you practice non-attachment, and you stay present in the moment, and you make, you put your faith into this process, and you believe and understand, which is going to be revealed to you this way, you guys. It's just the way that it is. That's when your Divine Masculine stops running, and they're like a magnet. They're just sucked right back to you. And then if you go back into projective energy, then it'll do the same thing. And that process could repeat a couple of different times. But again, that's totally normal on this journey as well. So what's going on with your divine masculine here? Your divine masculine is focused right now on relationships. They really want to have a strong, intimate, emotional connection with someone else. That's their goal. That's what's important to them. There may be a lot of confusion in their life about how to maintain and achieve this and to who they want to have this with, but it is their goal. It's what they truly want. They're looking for intimacy and a partnership, a connection. So this is where your divine masculine is focusing all their attention and energy. It's I guess that you could call it like the root cause for why they do the things that they do. Their job, going to school, seeking relationships, even their arguments. It's because they're trying to, and they may not always even be consciously aware of it, but they are definitely trying to align themselves with the circumstances that are going to bring them a solid relationship, a solid connection. So the karmic situation that they are dealing with, we have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So they don't feel like this person that they're dealing with, whoever it is, it's probably a romantic partner. It could be an ex-romantic partner that still has a profound effect on their life. Maybe they're not over them yet. Or it could be someone that they're currently still dealing with. However, the relationship, whatever it is or has been, they don't feel like this person really gets them. And on some level, they felt connected, but they don't feel like the connection has all of the components that make them feel like they're like fulfilled or in the right relationship. There's just something that is seriously lacking, and they don't feel supported, and they feel like the efforts that are put in by this person are not trustworthy. That's what I'm seeing right there with the karmic situation for divine masculine. Now, this next card is you and a divine masculine's relationship. What's going on in the relationship right now between you and your divine masculine? Okay, for this we have Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. So, between you and your divine masculine, with this card, it shows me that they actually feel like all of the components of the relationship with you and them do align with what it is that they're seeking in a relationship. But they feel a little entangled with this situation, and so there's a level of confusion for divine masculine right now as to what it is that they want to do, or if it's like the right timing for you and divine masculine. Something about the connection feels so good and so right, and it just feels like home. They feel absolutely connected to you at a very deep and intimate level, which is exactly what they're looking for. They feel like you get them. They feel like you get them even without words, just a look or a glance or, the timing of things. They pick up on the fact that there's these interesting synchronicities. Things just seem to line up with you, but it's their mind that's getting in the way. It's their mind that's getting in the way with you and divine masculine. And so there is a little bit of confusion. They've got to figure something out. And don't worry, that's okay. That's just the way that this process kind of works. it's a refining process. You and Divine Masculine are going through a transformation. And it is aligning you with the soul, which is aligning the two of you together. And that's exactly, everything's happening as it's meant to for your highest good. So just put your trust and faith in that, Divine Feminine. That's the purpose. That's you as, that's your job as the Divine Feminine, to put your faith and trust into God and to Source, okay? Knowing that all things are going to work out for your highest good. Okay, so the past. What's been going on in the past? In the past, Divine Masculine has felt like either they or the karmic that they've been dealing with is kind of a little bit of a, sort of salesman-ish, right? Like it's, I don't know how else to explain it. They are not picking up on like a genuine personality. It's kind of like, this is the person that I'm supposed to be, and this is how I'm going to present myself. I'm going to wear this mask because this is what I think you're looking for. And so they're not really living authentically. It could be the your Divine Masculine. It could be the karmic. It might even be both. Like attracts like, and maybe Divine Masculine has attracted an inauthentic person because Divine Masculine needs to learn to live in their own authenticity. And that might be the role that this karmic is playing in their life, is to teach them how to truly embrace and know who they are. And that is exactly what needs to happen in pretty much every single twin flame dynamic that I've ever seen. Both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are always learning to live in authenticity. And karmics come into our lives to teach us these things, even you, Divine Feminine. But we also teach the karmic those things as well. And when you do that, that is when that polarization collapses between you and your Divine Masculine, and there is no more running and chasing. That phase ends. So what's the future for you and Divine Masculine? For this, we have the moon. Okay, so you guys are going to go through some problems, but those problems are going to lead you to making conscious changes. And when I say you, I'm actually talking about both of you, okay? Because you guys are the same at the core. So this is like a soul evolution, and it's happening to both of you on the physical, mental, and spiritual plane. So these conscious changes are going to happen because you, Divine Feminine, are learning to trust your intuition. You have embraced that Divine Feminine receptive aspect of yourself, and you are allowing Source to move through you and your soul to move through. You recognize that you are the soul, and you're overcoming the mind and the body. And now you can use them as tools as a conscious creator. And because you're doing this, your Divine Masculine naturally will be in alignment with that, and that polarization between the two of you collapses. That is what I see happening for you and your Divine Masculine in the near future. Some people could call that union, but sometimes there is like a back and forth phase that you go through. So you may go through some of these changes, and then they'll come back in, and then another repelling can take place. And that's only to show you where there's still areas of alignment that need to be looked at, okay? So that's okay if that stuff happens. Don't fret and don't worry. When you get to a place of just not being worried about what's going on with your Divine Masculine anymore, because you have so much like trust and faith in the process, that's when there's just absolutely like no, they never run at that point. Because running is just an illusion anyway. It's all about energy. It's all about It's all about energy. And the purpose of meeting your twin flame is to teach you about these energies that I'm talking about. So do some research on them. I'll be putting a video out this week about masculine and feminine energy and what that is. So stay tuned for that. It'll probably be on Wednesday that will be uploaded. But let me get you guys a card here. Let's go with, which one do I want to use today? Which one feels right? I'm going to go with my sacred geometry. This one feels right today. I really like this oracle deck. It's a beautiful, beautiful oracle deck. And I like the message behind all of the cards. And sacred geometry is something that I love to study. And along with numerology, I think it's so important to understand all of the elements and why they all work together. So sorry, my cards are really stuck in there. Let me pull a card for you guys here. Let's just kind of just shuffle in front of you guys here. This is a large deck. If you guys have questions, please, by all means, type them in the comments below. We have wonderful coaching calls. They're group coaching calls, and they're all the way from like $20 up to $40, depending on what your needs are. So you can go to the-conduits.com and see if one of those will work for you. It's just $20 a month, up to $40 a month, depending on how many calls you want and what kinds of things you want to discuss. But they're a very inexpensive way to get coaching and to be part of a community of a lot of twin flames who've been doing this for years and are very well advanced and love helping. So if you want to you don't have to do this alone. If you want to be part of a community that will offer you support and a lot of knowledge and resources, those group calls are phenomenal. We also have one-on-ones available and tarot readings. So please check us out. All that information is in the description box below. All right, so the card that I pulled for you today is Inner Child. Acknowledge the inner child. Let's see what this says here. 41. Inner child. All right. The wonder of childhood is alive in me, and the joy of youth sets me free. This card has appeared today to remind you to nurture your inner child. As we get older, we often neglect our inner child or block it out because of emotional, mental, or physical wounds we may have suffered as a child. We tend to subconsciously abandon the self and put up walls and blocks to protect ourselves from more hurt or neglect. But by denying the inner child, we cause ourselves more pain and neglect the part of ourselves that needs the most protection and nurturing. If we nurture it, it will give us so much joy. What will you do today to allow your inner child to come out and play? Sacred geometry. The egg is a symbol of fertility and new life. Within the egg is the octahedron, within a cube or hexahedron. We start life being conceived within the sacral chakra and are birthed through into the physical via the base chakra, which is a representation of the cube. Our first 7 years of life are said to be imprinted within our base chakra. The inner child is a representation of these two platonic solids as the octahedron works with the heart. These are the years where we are most impressionable, to see our inner strengths and the beauty and know that abuse of self is not the answer. The road to recovery will be powerful. It may take time, but once you set your intentions to help yourself and re-engage with the most precious part of your being, your inner child, life will take on a whole new meaning. Practical application. Reconnect to the world of child's play, a world without responsibilities. Allow yourself to ride the waves of your imagination. Get your hands dirty, build sandcastles, or play on that swing. Watching children's movies gives so much joy and can lead you to another reality. reawaken your inner child, and set yourself on the path for deep and meaningful healing. I love this card because a big part of why we go through this twin flame experience is to reconnect with our inner self, which is the soul, where we are one with our divine masculine. And it causes us to embrace the creators that we are. We've been created by our creator in the image of our creator to be creators. And awakening to your true self gives you the ability to be able to manifest the life that you want, any life that you want. And so it's just about understanding vibrations, energies, and frequencies, right? The 369, the vibrations, energies, and frequencies of life. And that's exactly what the twin flame dynamic that I've been talking about today is teaching you. And when you do that, you can, do anything. Every religion throughout history, all the way from the root religions, has been teaching this, even though the true meaning has been lost through, literal interpretations, and not understanding this sacred knowledge. You guys are awakening to that sacred knowledge, though, through this spiritual awakening process. And when you embrace it and you follow the synchronicities, the universe will reveal all of its secrets to you. And part of that is using your wonderful imagination. So if you want to know more about that, go look up Neville Goddard and learn a little bit about how your wonderful imagination is the workshop of God. Okay? Your imagination is the workshop of God. It is a beautiful, beautiful gift. And so check that out, you guys. This has been a great reading. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will see you guys on Tuesday for your Divine Masculine reading. And until then, I love you.